We're now live. Hey, everybody.
Hi!
It's Dane and Amy from the Run and Drink podcast here at runnydrink.net.
Yay!
We are doing something a little different.
We're in downtown Fort Myers.
We are. We got ourselves on the road, got ourselves in the car.
You're doing like the hero stand.
Well, I'm doing it so they can actually see us.
Oh, yeah, because it's pretty back here.
It's backdrop.
Yeah.
Because we are actually here at, where are we at?
Well, Coastal Days sign is actually
Sign's
that
way over
way.
there.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
This.
Look at that.
Can you do this?
Yes, Coastal Days Brewery here in downtown Fort Myers. So this is going to be where we start and stop our run today.
Yay,
Hey, Rhonda.
Lee!
How are you?
Hey, Dana told me a rumor that you got your swag from us. Is that true? Put it in the chat if whether or not you got it. We want to know if you're gonna if
I
you're still
want to
here.
say she said that it was surprising how quickly it delivered.
Because I thought it would be like eons.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I figured it'd still be on a slow mule to Canada.
Yeah.
So, all right. So we are going to be starting week 2,
Day one
of the Jeff Galloway Easy 5K program. So what that is a 3-minute warm up, a 15-minute run,
Yeah.
and a 3-minute cool down.
I'm excited.
And our run segment today is going to be 5-second runs with 25-second walk segments. So nice and easy, nothing crazy. We do have a heat index here in the 90s.
It's super warm right now.
It's a little warm.
Yeah.
So we're
Bike
going
behind
to
you.
hit start and get moving on that. Now we are running in a historic neighborhood here in downtown Fort Myers. This may take us pretty close to the winter estates of
I think
Henry
so.
Ford and Thomas Edison.
I think you are correct.
So I'm kind of excited about that. I like a little
you?
history on the run. So you ready to get the walk going?
I am.
Let's do it. So here we are. We're going to have 21 minutes on our feet. We're basically going to do we're going to do 3 minutes out, and then the rest of the run out. Now here's the funny thing, because we are going to have
We're walking in place.
Well, we're going to have to cross an
Should I cross it?
intersection. No.
Okay.
All right, let's get moving.
Let's go.
You know,
Okay.
now we're going to have intersections we have to navigate, so we may,
That's true.
have to modify our intervals a little bit. But the good news is, with this interval, we are not going to be doing any run segment any longer than 5 seconds. So as you're doing this, if you keep in mind that during your walk segment, you want to make sure that you're getting a footfall per second on average. That's a great way to keep yourself at a nice, brisk walking pace. Then, when it's time for your run segment, start out with trying to get 1.5. So for that 5-second time of running, try to get 7 or 8 footfalls in that amount of time. That's it.
That's for you and your long legs and things.
No, your short legs, same thing.
Well, that's true.
You just have shorter steps. So that's the beauty of it. It's adaptable regardless of your height, weight. But of course, like we always say, make sure you check with your doctor before you begin any kind of a workout regimen. Oh, and you know what I didn't do?
What?
I didn't start my timer.
You didn't start your what?
I just started my timer now.
Your Garmin?
Yes, my Garmin. So looks like you guys get a little bit of extra time with me. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Well, Rhonda, we're glad that it got there. She confirms that her swag arrived.
Yay!
What this will do is get us a little bit closer to the Ford and Edison winter estates, so we may be able to show you a little bit of that scenery, which will be cool. As you guys are dropping in, say hi. Let me know who's here. It is a little harder to read the screen on the phone, especially while moving, than it is when we're sitting doing some stuff, in the house or in the recording studio. Good news is that we picked up our stuff for this week's beer chat, and Amy was very, very productive today, getting hot sauces. So she's ready. Hey, Cheryl. Cheryl Williams. She's getting a flood. You're getting a flood. Not only is the sun shining here, Cheryl, it's also like super hot. It's in the 90s heat index here, so it's very humid. But, you know, it's Florida. I would say it's the worst thing we have to deal with, but the mosquitoes could be worse. What's that?
I'm not getting audio cues at all.
Oh, okay.
I'm already in the run portion.
Uh-oh.
Should I restart?
That's up to you. We got a minute left of walking right here. Or just keep an eye on your app. But remember, you're running on sidewalk today. We are in downtown Fort Myers. We're on McGregor Boulevard, which is an old historic neighborhood. We're about to go right past the Edison and Ford Winter Estates. And since you're on sidewalk in this area, remember, it's a little more uneven than the paved road at home. So, and Rob Nadow. Hey, Rob. You can't read without the cheaters. I'm getting to that point, my friend. I seriously am. You know what we can do? We could go down the side street for a bit.
Yeah.
We're going to do that. This will take us off of a well-traveled road and onto a less-traveled side street for a bit. But yeah, you can see the palm trees and some of the waterfront buildings behind us there. And then when we come back out, we'll go down to the Edison and Ford Estates. Here we go. Start running. 5 seconds. And there you go. That's it. That's the whole interval. And so we're going to do that now for the next 15 minutes. So what this is starting to do is lengthen the time, total time that we're going to spend doing the running. So last week, I want to say it was 10 minutes. Running. And there we go, walking. So this program gradually builds you up doing more total time on your feet, more total time doing your interval work. And before you know it, you have tricked your body into adapting. You've tricked your body into getting you ready for that 5K distance. Running! And you're good to go. And remember, our goal with this is not going to be the fastest 5K for many people, but it may be their first 5K, which makes it the fastest by default. Our goal is to get you folks who are not coming to the podcast as runners primarily to come along, try it out, and at the end of it, you'd be able to do a Disney 5K at or under the 16-minute a mile threshold, which is what Disney requires for the Run Disney races. Why Run Disney? Well, we do talk about Disney a good bit, mainly because running, I'm signaling for Amy, but mainly because, so many people want to come down to Florida to do a race that ends up being one that they choose. And we want to acknowledge that and let people know, yeah, you can do it, and you don't have to be, an insane track star to meet their threshold. And if you've never run before, you can do it. Everybody wave. Hello, lady. I had too much backlight. Let's go back that way. So I figured the sun at my back didn't really work too well, so I wanted to get moving. Hey, Jojo, let's see. Second round of Thunder Boomers. Uh-oh. Oh, I got a little shade here. Oh, no running tonight. Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, you do what you can when you can. We will run when it's raining, but unfortunately with us and the frequency and the severity of the lightning we get down here, we don't play with lightning. Although I believe it was either Alabama or Oklahoma just dethroned Florida as the lightning strike capital of the world in terms of total lightning strikes per square mile in a whatever time period they were measuring. I just saw something on the news about that. I'm not really willing to give up that title just yet. So you may hear me refer to us living in the lightning capital of the world. I'm waiting for my partner here. You sure? Okay. She's waving me to go, so I'm gonna go. And then we'll catch her on the back end. So we are, oh, here we go, we're running. And that's it. I just love the fact that you could do short intervals like this. Have a running buddy with you. If you guys have roughly the same stride length, same pace, you don't get so winded you can't converse. And Jeff will tell you that if you're huffing and puffing, you're going too hard. And he'll tell you to dial it back. Here we go. And today I am sporting the pink edition of our shirt, mainly because temperature. I was looking for a good tech shirt, and I wasn't going to wear a cotton anything. I've made that mistake before, even on long runs. And I also knew we'd be running along a pretty busy stretch of road, so I wanted to be very visible. I am going to wait here for Amy for a minute because we're going to be going past the Edison and Ford winter estates. I'm going to show that off. Hey, Trisha, I'm hot and exhausted watching this. Hey, you know what? Honestly, it's warm. That's where the sweat's coming from. But it is not so bad because the intervals aren't bad at all. And we are very fortunate to be able to do this at this time of day. We still got sunlight out. It's not too bad. And the stretch that we're going is going to be really beautiful. I'm waiting on you. We're going past the Edison and Ford winter estates. And Amy is rocking her best finery for May the 4th be with you. Happy Star Wars Day to all of our fans out there. Her shirt says, "Aren't you a little slow for a stormtrooper?" And we're getting our interval in. Yeah, I don't know if, I don't remember from doing this tour years ago if Edison and Ford actually like communicated with each other here, or, you know, we're like friends or hung out, but their winter homes on this side of the road are right on the Caloosahatchee River. And they're pretty amazing, even by today's standards, truth be told. And to this day, you can actually go over here. This is across the street. It has a huge nursery, plant nursery, and you can buy plants that are like descended from, taken from cuttings of plants on their properties. What I was telling everybody a little bit ago was the nice thing about this is that if you've got a running buddy, you're able to keep conversing And that if you get to the point where you can't converse, it's time to slow it down, back off a little bit. Oh, we're gonna run. And we're running. And check them out. Let me give you guys the shots. There's their winter estates right there in the backdrop. Just absolutely gorgeous pieces of history that they've done a great job of preserving. Huge properties. They do walking tours, let you see the insides of the house, tour the grounds, and actually parts of the grounds are available for special events. And we're running. There we go. So let's see. Try to get to, will you work up to longer run intervals, or is this the intervals you will do the entire Couch to 5K? Great question. I think what will happen is I'll probably change the run interval up a little bit as we get maybe into week 3, week 4. Maybe go from 5 seconds to 10 seconds. And then see how everybody is doing. I'd like to get everybody's feedback. I know, myself included, I prefer a little longer running interval, but I do like the ratio, that 1-to-5 ratio. So typically what I do when I use a 1-to-5 ratio is I actually do a 10-second run with a 50-second walk interval. And that really gets me well below the 16 minutes a mile target time. But I'm trying to make this as totally approachable, not scary, not daunting for people as we can. And we figured, the best way to do that might very well be to go with the shorter intervals. I don't know. You guys give me feedback. Let me know. I mean, let's not get crazy. Don't make me run like, 10 minutes, walk for 20 seconds or something like that. Jojo says, hi, Amy.
Hi. I'm sorry.
Rhonda says she likes running in a warm rain, but prefer to hide. Hold on, I can't read and run. Having some issues there. Hide under the bed in lightning. Yeah, Amy had a classmate in high school get struck and killed at school. So she's very, very, has a lot of respect for lightning. And I think I do too. I had a cousin who was hit by lightning here. Not fatally, but it did knock him 20 feet back. Now, in the lightning's defense, he was standing in a phone booth, back when they had phone booths, in a rainstorm, holding an umbrella. And I can't even make that up. That is legitimately what he was doing. So, yeah. All right, so we have done and I'm looking at my watch here. We have done 24 out of 30 intervals. So we should start turning around to go back. Guys, we're almost done. And then we're going to be doing the 3-minute cool down. That's it. So if you're thinking about doing a Couch to 5K, it's time to start running. I promise you, the run, walk, run method, Galloway method, however you want to refer to it, can open up running to you if you've never thought of yourself as a runner. How many years did it take us to actually start calling ourselves runners?
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, seriously, it changes your mindset, and that feeling of accomplishment is so incredible. And the idea that I could start down this path, I can do it a little bit at a time, and that's okay. I mean, come on. And once you get over, I think what a lot of people do is they get it in their head that if they take a walk break, it doesn't count. And I think that's the most important thing you have to do, is get out of that headspace. And what it took for me, I think completely, was a few years ago, the Boston Marathon was going on and they were having record heat. I'm letting Amy get ahead of me because we have a bicyclist coming. So they're having record heat at the Boston, and they were telling people to take walk breaks. So, I mean, how do you beat that? And if, you know, it's working for people who are at that level. Me getting off the couch will definitely work at that level too. So it's super cool. I'll give you guys one more shot of the Edison Ford Winter Homes. Oh, got to run intervals while we're doing that. A lot of people drive right past this on their commute to work every day. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. The Amy Shuffle is in progress. The hashtag Amy Shuffle. And she's doing it on uneven pavement, which is also very cool. She's a beast. I'll tell you what. Now, what I do like about running here too, far less likelihood of snakes and coyotes in this area. Technically, you could get alligators, but with the seawalls on those houses and how manicured those lawns are, probably not so much. But we're enjoying this right now because with it only being May the 4th, happy Star Wars Day again if you've joined us late, heat indexes or indices of over 100 degrees already today. It's going to be a warm summer here in Florida. Yeah, Joanne, this doesn't get much better than this for us. And we admittedly, we don't get scenery like this in our hometown of Cape Coral. Mainly because Cape Coral is a very young city, incorporated, I want to say in 1971. And most neighborhoods, like when I show you, all right, you see these palm trees here? These palm trees are all quite old, mature, and we don't have those in Cape Coral. Very few. And a lot of the trees that were planted in our city way back, a lot of people planted things that weren't native to Florida. And because of the good weather, usually they'll grow very well, but if we have a hurricane or a bad tropical storm, they won't endure. Hey, Dwayne! Dwayne's here! Hey! We got the Cape Coral Running Group here. All right. Yeah, Dwayne just jumped in.
Welcome, Dwayne. I'm really slow and he has to wait for me. Well, you don't have to wait for me, you know.
I know I don't have to wait for you.
You can always go on.
There are going to be days where I'm doing this and I'm able to, really pour on the speed during the 5-second intervals. And that's fine. But again, we're easing into it. This is all about easing into it. So if you're killing yourself in the first 2 weeks, chances are good you may not want to stick around for 6 more. And we want you here for all 8 weeks. And then at the end, on race day, I think what we're hoping to do is utilize this method and take you guys along on one of the virtual 5Ks at Disney. So that's kind of the plan. Let's see. Oop, I missed an interval. Gotta go. We are out here doing it a little bit at a time, showing people that they can do it a little bit at a time. And as long as they're doing it a little bit at a time, they're doing it. 5K or Couch to 5K program, totally approachable. And maybe you're not using the Galloway method. I'm only recommending this one because I like it. If you've got a doctor, check with your doctor. If you've got a trainer, check with your trainer or your running coach. But do something along with us just to get yourself moving, get back into the groove. And it didn't hurt if you jumped in late. We are starting and ending today's run at a brewery. So now I did go a little bit long because I forgot to hit the go button on my Garmin until about right there, give or take. But that's okay. We're running. So hopefully if you are getting a chance to get out and do some running, let me know. Drop it in the comments. If you aren't able to do it along with me, I saw some conversations. Jojo, I think you were chatting with a friend of yours earlier. Thank you so much for sharing this. The idea, I mean, if you can run at the same time, that's great. It's not easy to focus on your running while holding onto your device and live streaming. I don't recommend it. So if you don't have to, don't. But, oh, and I realized I didn't miss an interval. No, on the cool down. So actually, we are now, we are way past the cool down. We're good. Look at that. I can stop. We went 2 extra minutes. We're done. So I'm going to hook back up with Amy, get her thoughts on running on the uneven ground, how the knee's feeling. And then we're going to go grab a seat over at Coastal Days Brewery here in downtown Fort Myers and have a post-race recovery beverage because they have a very light-bodied cream ale on today. I think we're getting. So, Amy, the crowd would like to know, how's the knee holding up? How was it running on uneven terrain today?
It was not fun.
I think what she means to say is it's always fun running with me.
Of course it is. But the uneven terrain is not fun.
No.
And I'm embarrassed because I was slow and the knee hurts.
Oh, there's nothing to be embarrassed about. This is, like I was telling people, this is all about just getting out and doing a little bit at a time. And you deciding to come along with this is crazy. I don't even know if the hashtag Therabeast would approve.
I don't know.
We don't know. Is it day 7? It is not day 7. So we will be enjoying a delicious vegan meal later on.
Huh.
But we can allow ourselves a single pint even when it's not day 7. So yeah, I wish it was day 7 because one of our favorite local food trucks here in the Southwest Florida area is actually here at the brewery. Yeah. And starting about right here, you can smell it.
They have the best Philly cheesesteaks. Squeezers of Cape Coral.
Their cheesesteaks
they're phenomenal.
Magic.
Oh my God.
They really are, and they're huge.
Bridget.
For what you get. They're amazing.
Billy.
And Rhonda's saying, Amy, you did amazing.
Thank you.
She did do amazing. Again, this terrain was not ideal by any stretch of the imagination. And this time, we actually have the walk sign. So we're not breaking the law. So, guys, I'm really glad y'all could come along for week 2, day 1. What we're going to do, I think tomorrow I may do a separate run that's not part of the Couch to 5K, but
a separate run.
I might do something. Yeah, you
Because
never
I
know.
held you back.
No,
No?
we gotta have stuff for the show, so
Oh,
you know.
okay.
She did not hold me back.
That's what I'm feeling today.
So we are going to get ourselves a post-run recovery beverage, and then
Here.
tomorrow, join us for our regularly scheduled beer chat.
Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo themed.
It's going to be hot.
It's going to be. We're going to have hot takes
Hot takes.
on hot sauces.
Uh-huh.
So that is definitely happening, and we are very glad that you guys would come along tonight. So,
Yeah.
Thursday is week 2, day 2.
Yes.
And it'll be something similar to this. It'll be 3
I'll
minute
put it
warm
out
up
on the social media that day
right there.
in the mid-morning so that you know
Yeah.
what it is.
Anyway, if you are watching this on playback, drop something in the comments. Let us know how you did. Thank you for how you found us. Thank you so much for coming along. We really appreciate that. And we'll talk to you guys very soon. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye,
Thanks
guys.
for joining.